You're given the following system of equation: y equals x squared, rx plus sy equals t, where r, s, and t are integers. For which of the following will there be more than one xy solution with real number coordinates for the system? Okay, so a system of equation, you should be thinking through different ideas like elimination or solving it by graphing or solving it through substitution. There's not a lot of solving going on here because we're not given a lot of numbers, but we can think about it using substitution. So we have a value for y. We know that y is x squared. So I'm going to plug in y or x squared in for y. So we now have rx plus sx squared equals t. Okay, I know it's kind of hard to imagine, but imagine r, s, and t all being numbers. And if you needed to, you could actually select numbers for them. However, in my answer choices, there's still r, s, and t, so I'm not going to do that. But I do recognize that I have x to the first power, x to the second power, and then something with no x. So I'm going to rewrite this a little bit. We have sx squared plus rx minus t equals 0. So we actually have a quadratic here. We have x squared, x, and no x. So hopefully your brain is starting to remember all of the things about quadratics. We can factor, and if we can't factor, we can use the quadratic formula. And there's something inside of the quadratic formula that actually helps us a lot with this problem. It is called the discriminant. The discriminant actually tells us how many solutions there are going to be. So in the quadratic formula, the discriminant is b squared minus 4ac. It's underneath the radical in the quadratic formula. So this will help us determine if the value is greater than 0, then it will have two real solutions. If the value is equal to 0, and then it will have one real solution. And if the value is less than 0, it will have two imaginary solutions. Okay, so we are going to look at b squared minus 4ac. So if you think about your a, b's, and c's, we have a, b, and c. So I have b squared minus 4ac. None of my answer choices look like that, so I need to do a little bit of simplifying. I get a positive 4st. So I have r squared plus 4st. And for it to have more than one solution, it would have to be greater than 0. So the correct answer is F.